Bill Cosby has been arraigned on sexual assault charges linked to an alleged incident from 2004. The 78-year-old walked into a courtroom today outside of Philadelphia, flanked by his attorneys. His bail was set at $1 million.
The specific charges against Cosby include aggravated indecent assault without consent. He's also charged with impairing the alleged victim before sexually assaulting her. Earlier, we spoke with CBS News correspondent Jericka Duncan from the courtroom in Elkins Park, Pennsylvania.
As Bill Cosby was walking in, he was getting assisted by one of his attorneys, and even as he was coming in, he seemed to have a hard time figuring out where exactly he was, saying, oh, do I step over here? Once he got in the courtroom, he didn't really say much. He seemed pretty calm and relaxed. I saw his attorney, the female attorney, say a few things to him before the judge came out, possibly explaining some of what you were just describing there, Michelle, regarding the aggravated and indecent assault charges. And then his other attorney came in following the woman who escorted him into the courtroom. The judge came out. She pretty much laid down the law in the very beginning and said there would be no photos taken in the courtroom. No cameras were allowed, obviously, and said that this was going to be a very short proceeding, which it was. It took about anywhere from 7, I'd say, to 10 minutes at the most. And she essentially laid out those charges of the aggravated indecent assault charge to Mr. Cosby, asked him if he understood. He said yes. She said that he had a $1 million, 10% bail, that he would continue on to the Cheltenham Police Department to get processed, and that was it. He also was told that there would be an opportunity for him to have a preliminary hearing in January 14th, but as for where that hearing would be and what time was to be announced. But, a lot of people were kind of waiting and looking at Bill Cosby's every move. Obviously, this is a TV legend, and to hear that he has been charged criminally with a crime like this after so many women have come forward over this last year claiming that they, too, were sexually assaulted by Bill Cosby. Every reporter in there, you're looking for any details, anything that might add more layers to the story and understanding what his mindset is and what his mind frame is at this time. But again, he seemed pretty calm, and even at the very end, the judge said, "Good luck to you, sir," and he cheerfully said, "Thank you." And that was it. So it was very short, to the point. We now know more about the charges, and I'm sure you guys, again, have been going over this affidavit, which describes pretty much in detail as to what Andrea Conrad said and what Bill Cosby said based on the depositions given more than 10 years ago. But that's where we are right now. Bill Cosby was taken to that police department, as you mentioned, to finish being processed. And he drove away, interestingly enough, and I believe it was a Suburban. Jamie McGlinchey, my producer's here with me. And I noticed that it had a Temple University license plate on the back, which is it's a little ironic only because, he's been known to have donated a lot of money to that university, but they've also distanced themselves over the last few months as these allegations came forward. But he, used to wear the Temple University shirts on and the Bill Cosby shows and had a lot of love for that university, and that, in fact, is where he is alleged to have met Andrea Conrad, who is the reason why, we're talking about him today. So other than that, I mean, it's, as you can imagine, a lot of media presence out here. This is a big story. I mean, for so long we've heard about allegations in all these various stories that seem to be very similar in nature, and to actually, again, see that he is now being criminally charged takes it to a different level.
Jericka, a lot of people were halted. I mean, really, that criminal charges had been waged against Bill Cosby, because for so long that mantra of the statute of limitations has run out. The statute of limitations has run out. And here in this individual case, in this individual place and setting, they have not.
Right. And when you look at the affidavit and you realize, that time period where she talks about it happened somewhere between January and February of 2014. She then goes back to Canada, apparently visits with her mother. Her mother notices that something's not right, and she keeps questioning her daughter. Her daughter then tells her mother that she was sexually assaulted by Bill Cosby, and that kind of got the ball rolling then, and the police involved, et cetera, et cetera. And then, again, as we now know, the former district attorney here in Montgomery County chose not to pursue those charges and sent out a press release back in 2005 stating that, you know, there might be an opportunity if more information arose, but that never happened. And this affidavit really spells out that the reason why they reopened this case is because of all of the attention that the deposition, these unsealed depositions back in July received. And as you heard from the prosecutor, he said it was our duty. You know, we've really had no choice but to look at this again with all the information that came out of those unsealed documents.
All right, Jericka, thank you so much.